Welcome back, it's me, Lou. I'm here for another action figure unboxing and review. And today we're diving deep into my toy vault as we take a look at this. This is the Macross SDF-1 Earth Union Space Force Super Dreadnought Class Self-Defense Space City. Okay, so this is a third-party Macross toy. Macross, also known as Robotech in the United States. This is made by, I believe, Master Made. And if you're familiar with Master Made, they make third-party Transformer toys, like more so focusing on the city bots. Like there's a third-party Master Made Metroplex, a third-party Master Made Tripticon, Omega Supreme, Fort Max, and also Scorponok. But this figure here predates all of them. This was their Master-made third-party Makuros. So this is actually the Macross Cruiser from Robotech, the SDF-1. As you can see, it's super deformed, so it kind of has those chibi proportions. Here's the back of the box. There's the ship mode, the buster mode or robot mode. And it also comes with the two carriers. There's Daedalus and Prometheus. And then here is the actual toy. And it comes with actually two Valkyrie Fighters also. It comes with chibi. I think this is VF-1A, I think. Or it might be VF-1J, I can't remember. And then this one's VF-1S, the Skull Fighter. Alright, so we're going to take this out, and in all honesty, I bought this years ago, and I've never removed it from the actual package. I bought this shortly after I bought the Master Made Creations Metroplex. And this thing rarely ever turns up on eBay. I was looking on eBay last week to see if, what the last one sold for, if there were any available. And I think there was one dude who there's one seller who had one for buy it now, and I think he had it marked for $999, which is crazy, because I think when I bought this, I think I only paid maybe $150, and this was probably close to maybe like 6 or 7 years ago. Okay, so when you open it up, so first off, the box is two pieces. There's this. This is a sleeve. I apologize, this box is gigantic, so it's hard to fit under my camera. Then you get the box. It opens up. It's almost like a bookcase kind of deal. Or, not a bookcase. It's kind of like a, I don't know how to describe it. It's a book kind of deal. I don't know. I'm like at a loss of words right now because I'm like staring at it. Alright, so it opens up. The box. It's like a book, I guess, the best way to describe it. On one end, you have the two chibi Valkyrie Fighters, the VF-1S, and I think that's the VF-1A. And then you have the two carriers. I think this one's Daedalus. And then Prometheus is actually attached to the other arm right there. There's these other accessories, which I can't see. We'll be able to identify it once I unbox it. And then here's the Macross or Makuros on the right. So we'll get a better view of these accessories and toys once I take this out. And like I said, I apologize, this box is gigantic, so it's kind of hard to navigate. So the previous owner, this box is really beat up. I'm not sure if they took care of it or if this is how they've always had it. So here's one end, here's the Macross. And here's the other side. This is the accessories. Alright, so I'm not going to do a full transformation on this because, like I said, this is the first time I'm actually unboxing it. I think when I first purchased it, it was more so out of impulse because I was really stoked on the Master Made Metroplex. And when I found out that they actually made a previous figure, and when it was a Macross figure, I was even more excited because I love Robotech and I love Macross. And I remember when I got it, I looked at the box and I checked it out, but I actually unboxed it because I don't know, I think I was just kind of worried that I might actually break it or something, because it's harder to come by. It's an older toy, and I just didn't want to risk, you know, damaging it, especially for how much I paid for it. But in this case, I'm not going to transform it, but at the very least, we're going to at least, you know, take it out just so we could examine it. The quality feels a lot different than the other Master Made stuff. It doesn't feel, the quality of the plastic feels a little bit like a lesser grade. Alright, so I think this is Daedalus, if I remember correctly. Because I know there's Daedalus and Prometheus. I don't remember which one's on which arm. I'll worry about that in a second. And we'll leave the other accessories in here for now. So there's actually a display base here, and the display base is actually Macross City. And then, so you can kind of recreate the scene where the SDF-1 is floating over Macross City. And then there's also 2 stands for the Valkyrie Fighters. Also included are just give me a moment, let me get this back on. Alright, so also included are extra legs for the Valkyries if you want to pose them differently. And there's some sort of, I don't know what this is. It's like some sort of, oh, okay, so this isn't, alright, so these are the boosters for the other carrier. So I take it you remove this, and then once you remove this, it opens up the socket so you can plug it into the arm like that. So for now, we'll just put these here. I don't want to lose those. Okay, so like I said, this is not going to be a full review. I don't want to accidentally damage this. This is very hard to come by right now. Or I think it's always been kind of hard to come by. I don't want to accidentally wreck it. The quality of the plastic, as I mentioned before, it feels like a lesser grade than the other Master Made creations, but that's to be expected since this, I think, kind of like their first foray into making these kind of styled chibi action figures. I'm trying to figure out how to plug the arm in. Alright, there you go. Alright, so we have the Macross, or the SDF-1, if you're familiar with the Robotech cartoon. It's the Super Dimensional Fortress one. And I'm probably being very erratic right now. I'm kind of like, on one hand, I'm kind of trying to fiddle around with this, and at the other hand, I'm kind of distracted because I'm just like staring at it. So if I'm just speaking gibberish, just forgive me, because this is a very distracting process. Okay, so now that we have unboxed, we have the Chibi Valkyrie Fighters here. This is the Roy Fokker one. This is the Rick Hunter one. Or if you're familiar with the original Macross anime, this one's Ikaru Ichigo's Valkyrie Fighter. And then this is the Macross, or the SDF-1, but it's different than the design as seen in the normal anime series. So this design of the SDF-1, or the Macross, is based off of more so its appearance in the full animated feature Macross Do You Remember Love, not necessarily the actual Macross series cartoon. And you know that because of the color scheme. Instead of white, this one's gray, and instead of standard aircraft carriers, it kind of has the intergalactic carriers for arms. Alright, so let's first take a look at the Valkyrie Fighters. Here's the VF-1S. It doesn't transform, it's chibi scale. And when I say chibi, that That's kind of like Japan. It's kind of like Japanese for kawaii. It's like the much more cute, super deformed proportions with the giant heads. So here's the skull one. In terms of articulation, looks like the head just rotates. And then the arms, I think, do they rotate? They do. They're very tight. I don't want to mess around with them. So there's that one. And then we have the, I think this is the VF, which one is this? VF1A or VF1S? All right, I can't remember which the designation on this one. I think this might be either VF1A or VF1J. But this is Hikaru Ichigo's Valkyrie from Do You Remember Love. Has the black and red markings. Although I do think the head's inaccurate. I think the head on this one's the head from the animated series. So it's almost kind of like an amalgamation. And then over here we have the SDF-1 or the Macross. The Super Dimensional Fortress. This is in the robot mode. Alright, so here's a front view. You have the cannons on top. Here's the bridge. It's super deformed, so the proportions are a lot more exaggerated. The head's like gigantic on this. And then you have the carriers on the left and right as serving as arms. And then here are the legs. Up close and personal, the detail, the sculpting is really well done, as you can see. Lots of raised details, a lot of panel lines, scribe lines. The build quality, though, feels a little bit questionable. Like some of these pieces are kind of floppy and loose. The quality of the plastic feels, it almost feels more like, almost like the kind of quality you'd expect from like a styrene plastic model kit. You know, it doesn't feel as like durable as like, you know, like a Transformer toy. Here's a side view. Really nice details. As you can see, there's some articulation, like the arms rotate, and they're actually ratcheted, which is nice. The arms go out. The head, I don't know what the head does. All right, so okay, I'm going to see if I could transform this, just because I already kind of got the ball rolling. So we'll see if I could transform this into the actual cruiser mode. Oh god, this is going to be scary. Alright, I'm just guessing, because if this transforms like the other SDF-1 toys, it shouldn't be that difficult. Am I doing this right? Oh. Alright, so there's no instruction manual, so I'm going to have to just kind of wing this. So we'll see how far I could go. If I kind of mess up, you know, we'll just call it a day, but I want to see if I can actually transform this. Alright, the head comes off. I really shouldn't be doing this because this toy is really hard to come by, but I think out of curiosity, I'd like to see what it looks like transformed. Okay, I know what I want it to do, but I'm not sure if I could do it, because Yeah, we might have to just call it a day. I can't figure out how to get this thing. So on the older toys, the chest piece here rotates up, and I don't know how to do that with this one. I can't find a point where it detaches and rotates. Unless this goes up. Or maybe this goes down. Let's wait. Yeah, I can't figure this out. Yeah, it's unfortunate that there doesn't appear that there's any instructions with this, I think. Oh wait, I take it back. I found it right here. The instructions were hidden away. Okay, so I remove the head, and it says to pull up and turn. So pull up. Or just bear with me. It's like I said, if I feel like I'm running into a tough spot, I might just call it a day. But I really want to see if I can get this thing transformed. But at the same time, I don't think this is the smartest idea, because this is not necessarily an easy toy to come by. All right, there we go, got it. All right, so we got this. It's gonna rotate. These go down. All right, one thing I'm not going to do is that it requires you to remove the cannons here, but I'm not going to do that because I don't want to lose them. So rather than rotate the arms and reattach them, I'm just going to have this in like whoops. Wait, is this right? Okay. So this is going to be somewhat mistransformed. Just slightly though. All right, I'm not going to attach. So normally the carriers would attach to the side here, but we're just going to leave those off. And there we go. We have the SDF-1 or the Macross, nearly transformed, not fully transformed. I kind of cheated a little and missed a couple of steps. So normally these carriers would attach to the arms here, like that. And then you'd have the completed Macross. So, I mean, detail-wise, it's amazing. It looks like what it should look like. It's pretty cool, actually. And let's get it transformed back. Hopefully it should be pretty easy since we did it the first time. Take out the head. Move these back. I believe you turn this up. No, I don't like that sound. It's really tight. Shoot. Right, there we go. This goes down, fold the cannons back. Let's get the head back on. Alright, I'm not sure which hand goes where. I'm gonna have to guess. I'm guessing this one goes here. There you go. It's back in robot mode. So we have the SDF-1, the Macross, or Makuros, depending on how you pronounce it. And then we have the two Chibi Valkyrie Fighters right here. Alright, so like I stated, this is a much older toy. The build quality isn't as good as like some of their more recent offerings, like the third-party Metroplex or the Triptychon. But I think it's a pretty cool figure nonetheless. You know, if you're really into the Master Made stuff, and if you could find this for a decent price, I would suggest get it. It was hard to find back then, and it's even harder to find now. I think the price, you know, that I saw on eBay for like $900 is ridiculously stupid. There's no way this thing's worth $900 unless there's only like 50 of these in existence. But it's awesome. I dig it a lot. If you're a big Macross fan or a Robotech fan, it's, you know, it's at least worth keeping an eye out for. Alright, so with that being said, let's close out this video. Once again, my name is Lou. If you're new to my channel, welcome. If you're a returning subscriber viewer, thank you so much for continued likes, comments, and support. I greatly appreciate it. So, until the next video, be safe, take care of yourself, buy lots of toys, and most importantly, be happy. And I'll see you at the next one. Alright, later.